My name is Randy Hain, and I'm the president of Serviam Partners. I'm often asked by my clients and friends, what is the secret sauce to building business relationships? And I always think about the advice that my father gave me when I graduated from college over 30 years ago. I had just graduated from the University of Georgia, and I was about to start a new job with a company in Atlanta. And my father, who was this wonderful relationship guy, he was in sales with John Deere. It wasn't that he was great at sales, it was great that he was great with relationships, and I always appreciated that about him. But he pulled me aside and said, Randy, the knuckleheads that you went to college with are not the people that you're going to interact with in the business world. Let me give you 3 tips, and these are the 3 tips that my dad gave me. The first one was always approach people out of a desire to be helpful. Always serve them. And I got that because my parents were both servant leaders, and I really watched them as I grew up. They always tried to be helpful to other people. So that one resonated, and I got that lesson. The second tip that he gave me was always be curious. Always approach people with a sense of curiosity. Ask questions. He knew that I like to show up well prepared, and quite frankly that I wanted to know everything that was going on. But he said, you're going into a new business, a new industry. You don't know anything. So go in with the humility of asking questions, and it will serve you well. Great advice. The third tip he gave me took a while for me to really let it sink in. It was difficult to grasp as a 21-year-old. But he said, I want you to approach people out of a desire to add value. He said, I want you to interact with people and never let them feel like it was a waste of their time. Always make them feel like it was really worth their time. Add value. So the 3 tips were great, and as the years went on, I started to practice them and started to really make it work for me. But what's really interesting about that advice, 31 years later, it's still at the heart of how I build business relationships. I really do try to help people. I'm curious about people. I want to get to know them and understand them, and I want to learn about them, and I always try to add value. And the way that I've learned how to add value at this point in my career is when I meet someone, I want to be a good listener. I want to maybe send them an article that resonates, that was reflective of our conversation. I may give the gift of a book, one of mine or someone else's. Whatever I can do to add value, because I want them to feel like it was worth their time. 3 tips from Dad that I'll never forget.